What are mortal sins? As Christians, we believe you can commit two types of sins, venial and mortal. These two types of sins are mentioned throughout the Bible, notably in 1 John, where he states, "There is sin which is mortal. All wrongdoing is sin, but there is sin which is not mortal." Venial sins don't attribute towards damnation. Examples of this would be swearing and gossiping. While they are bad to do, they are forgiven upon receiving the Eucharist and making acts of contrition. On the other hand, we have mortal sin. Mortal sin leads us to damnation because it breaks our relationship with God. However, there are some requirements to make it mortal. Firstly, you have to deliberately consent to it. This means the act that you are doing, you know you are doing, with full control of yourself. Secondly, the sin must be of grave matter. This means the consequences of the sin are heavy. An example of the difference between non-grave and grave is like the difference between stealing a 10-cent pencil from your job and stealing $50 from a homeless person. While both are morally wrong, the gravity of one is much higher than the other. Finally, you have to be in full knowledge of what you're doing. What this means is when you're committing the sin, you know what you're doing is bad and still choose to do it. Being ignorant of the morality behind something would exclude you from it being mortal. However, once you become aware that something is a sin and still choose to do it, you are doing it with full knowledge. Like I said before, it has to have all three of these criteria for it to be mortal. While mortal sin does damn your soul, it can be forgiven through the sacrament of confession. This was instituted within the Gospel of John when Jesus gave the authority to forgive sins to the apostles. He states, "If you forgive the sins of any, they are forgiven. If you retain the sin of any, they are retained." Ultimately, all sin is bad, so just try not to sin. Finally, if you enjoy this type of content, please let me know with a like and a follow. But as per usual, let me know your thoughts in the comments.